What's up, Aquarius peeps? Thank you for joining me for your energy reading. My name is Keita. If it's your first time joining me, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm going to be doing a shadow work reading for the zodiac readings this month, because the way I see it is we are all going into the spring equinox, which is on March 19th. And as we make this shift into a new season, um, it's good for us to clean out our closets. You know what I'm saying? Like, do that shadow work so that we can be intentional about not taking some of the things we've been holding on to or needing to shine a light on into this next season. So we got what, 3 or 4 weeks, maybe less than that, before then. So I wanted to go ahead and get these messages out so that we can begin to do that work if we haven't already. For many of you, the messages that are going to be coming out, just on 111, are just going to be confirming what it is that you already know. And that light just got bright as hell. What y'all got going on? Y'all shining y'all light brighter as a result of the shadow work that y'all been doing up to this point, stepping out and exploring the idea of new beginnings. Because when I tell you that light just got, I'm pretty sure it's showing up on camera, but it seemed like the light just got brighter in here. And then I said I saw 111, which is all about new beginnings. And I was saying how we confirming some messages that y'all are already aware of. So we're gonna get into it, because that was trippy, as the cool people say. I'm going to do things a little bit different than I did with the previous reading. I'm going to start with the tarot from the New Era tarot deck, and then I'm going to clarify it with the Gateway of Light to see what's going on with your activations, your upgrades, what's going on with you energetically. And then we're going to tie things up with a message from the Lantern Oracle, shining a light in those dark spaces. And for many of you, if you have been resonating with being like in hermit mode, solitude, intentionally on a journey of self-discovery and reflection, then you resonate with that energy of like going into the dark with your light shining, with your little lantern, just to see what you can see, what you can find out about yourself, about the world, and how things have affected you and play out in your life. And so, starting with this tarot, Father God, Mother Earth, ancestors, and spirit guides, I ask that you use me as a vessel of your love and light to bring forth the best message for the highest good of the Aquarius collective. Spirit, what message would you have me to bring forth for the water bearers? The Lovers. Same card came out in the Divine Masculine reading, so you might resonate with that as well. But you got this older couple sitting on a bench with their family tree behind them, looking forward, taking a picture, a portrait of whatnot, and the man has his hand resting on his boo, on Bay, and she's sitting there comfortable, safe, and secure with her man, and they choosing each other in this moment. So this is making a choice between vice or virtue. And for many of you, your shadow work that you are doing is relative to making a divinely led choice. I want these lights to stop blinking. We get it. Making a divinely led choice to take the virtuous route opposed to the route of your vices. The shadow work is identifying those vices and coming to understand where they no longer serve you, where you have just on 444, where your ancestors and spirit guides are leading you to build a legacy and to move toward the virtuous path, your divinely led purpose-driven path, and not only doing that, but doing that with somebody. Top of the deck, we got circumspection. Circumspection in this deck is the equivalent to, it's not the Eight of Swords, that I know, well, that I think I know. It's not the Eight of Fire either. It's either the Eight of Earth or the Eight of, hold on, let me quit guessing. It's the Eight of Earth. Yep. So you got these elephants, and they're walking down a path. I had a dream the other day. Not a dream, it was like a vision. While I was meditating, I was listening to some Egyptian music, and I was a sphinx. And as the sphinx, I could see this road ahead of me, kind of like this, but it was a straight road. It wasn't winding like this. But there was a elephant running toward the sphinx, and the closer it got, it was running fast, and the closer it got to me, I noticed that it was me running toward the sphinx. And so I did some research, and in Egyptian Kemetic spirituality, that elephant represents happy, which is I'm gonna say character in Egyptian spirituality that represents the coming of the flood of the Nile River, which means the coming of abundance into the lives of the Egyptians. Because when the Nile River would overflow or flood, that was signed to the people back in Kemetic times that abundance was projected or predicted for them, kind of like how we do with Groundhog's Day and the early coming of spring. But in this card, that's reminding me of the elephant on that path, right? And that message of abundance. In the traditional tarot, the Eight of Pentacles means working hard, mastering, focusing on something and mastering it. But in this deck, it's a similar energy with the Eight of Earth. It speaks to being organized and structured so that you can reach your goal. So like you can see here, these elephants are kind of like lined up and following each other on this path. You got the babies, you got the adult ones, you got what's probably considered more like a teenage elephant or whatever, but having everything lined up so that everybody and everything can head in the same direction. You may be, if you're resonating with this in any way, you may also resonate with the Soul Food Sundays message, because we talked about arrows and focus. I've been seeing the goddess Artemis, like the name is somebody on TikTok that keep liking my videos named Artemis. I've been seeing the goddess Artemis symbology and synchronicities a lot, and Artemis was an archer. So you may be seeing bow and arrows a lot, which is a sign of being focused on moving in the same direction. But the commentary in the book says that when we are able to establish harmony with our surroundings through insight and conscious effort, focus, making a conscious choice, making a conscious effort with this Lover's card to move in the same direction with the same goal. We are willing to wait for developments to run their natural course, to work with our opportunities rather than against them. So this is like seeing things, because with circumspection, you know, you got introspection where you like introspection. I'm trying to get at the difference between introspection and reflection, and circumspection. Circumspection is like things come in full circle and you getting a different perspective of it or understanding of it. Reflection is when you look back on what has happened and come to understand it. Introspection is real similar to reflection, and now my nerd ass gotta look it up. Now I got to do the research. Hold on. Introspection, because when I think about it, they're actually very similar versus reflection. Okay. It says reflection offers us the opportunity to improve ourselves. So you looking back on what has already occurred, and then you're using that information, the data you've gathered about that experience or whatever, to improve yourself, which is very much what happens when you're on this hermit journey, right? When you taking that time out, especially when you got a big decision to make about which direction you're gonna go in or whatever. But then introspection offers the opportunity to understand yourself, which that can happen on the when you're in hermit mode as well. But then you have circumspection. And that's the quality of being unwilling to take risks or prudence. Careful to consider all circumstances and possible consequences. Diplomacy. So this is at the top of the deck with circumspection, right? So this is being in a space where you being like meticulous and focused on an end goal and feeling like everything got to go a certain kind of way, like being very particular about getting to the end goal. But y'all, love don't always work like that. You know what I'm saying? When you following your heart, it don't always work like that. This approach works in some situations, but what I'm getting in this shadow work reading is needing to work on that idea of everything got to be in alignment and perfect in order to pursue something, and looking at it from a more going from looking at it from a more circumspect perfection, not wanting to risk things not turning out perfectly or being perfect, not wanting to risk being rejected, to what's at the bottom of the deck? The devil. Going balls to the wall, fuck how it turn out, and doing it even though you have fears, even if it's not perfect. So there's fear there, but then you're doing it anyway because you know that you have a choice to make. And the one thing you don't want to risk is losing out, right? So you guys are very much either on or moving into a journey where you're discovering where fear has held you back, where feeling like things have to be a certain way have held you back, and underneath underneath the devil is wealth. The thing you have identified, especially in these lovers connection or this choice that you need to make, where your wealth lies, where your cup runneth over, where prosperity and abundance and who that lies within your life. Now it's a matter of you doing the work to see through the illusions that have kept you from making that type of heart-centered decision. I'm gonna clarify this reading to see what type of activations, upgrades, energetic solar light upgrade. Did I tell y'all that light got brighter in here? Y'all wattage is amping up as a result of this solar light upgrade, where you are getting more confident about shining your light in the decisions that you make, and not getting caught up in things having to be perfect and in alignment and in order for you to pursue that which your heart desires. I love this for y'all, because what it says is, now that you have this confidence, now that you have this courage, now that you are committing to your light shining brighter and stepping out, being more of your authentic self out here in these streets, the floodgates about to open up for you. You're no longer choosing low-hanging fruit. You don't mind putting in the work to get the fruit, the good shit that's closer to the sun, getting all the good nutrients. You know what I'm saying? You don't mind participating in the opportunities and what it takes to take advantage of the opportunities that the divine is presenting to you, because you have more confidence in yourself. You have more confidence in the divine, and you have done the work to fortify your solar plexus. This is dope as fuck. So it says solar plexus chakra, inner fire, and willpower. I'm surprised the Chariot didn't come out in this tarot reading. But I'm still really loving, because this is very similar energy with this willpower and inner fire. Like, you're ready to put your focus and your attention and your resources and everything in a particular direction to bring forth your desired result, instead of being scattered all over the place with your thoughts and your efforts and your resources. So you got this solar light upgrade energy that is going on, that is affecting your decision making and how you showing up. When y'all come out of hermit mode, y'all coming out with a bang, light shining bright, blinding the people. They gonna need shades for how bright your light gonna be shining, right? Arcturian light code. So some of y'all are resonate with Arcturian star family energy, evolutionary downloads, recalling your power and future thinking. Many of you are very focused on making innovative changes in your life and thinking about how you want to move forward in your life. You calling your power back. All those fragmented parts of you that experiences and lifetimes have scattered the good things about you all over the place. Your courage, your knowledge, your wisdom, your thirst and zest for life, your capacity to love, your confidence. Different experiences and people have taken that shit from you and just threw it somewhere everywhere. And this says y'all been doing the work to reclaim your shit. Taking back all that the locust has stolen from you. All of the things that made you feel like you couldn't do what it is that God says you can. You couldn't do the things that you've always dreamed about, the shit you dreamed about doing as a child, the person you dream about showing up as before your fears kick in and be like, fuck wrong with you? You can't do that. That is impossible. You're now believing that the impossible is possible. This shit is beautiful. Having evolutionary downloads. You showing up like a whole alien. You feeling like I'm not from here. I ain't from around here. I'm a different kind of being. An alien superstar. Like that little, feeling like that little bear that shot out of the, what is it that he shot out of? Like a cannon or something on the graduation album cover by Kanye West. Just feeling like you out of this world. You ain't from here. You feeling like you came out of a spaceship or something. Like, I'm not like these people. You probably finding yourself in environments where you don't even feel comfortable no more. You got all these ideas and thoughts and dreams of doing shit that's new. And if it ain't new in this world, it's new to you. You know what I'm saying? And apparently it's electrifying. It's got you feeling like a whole new being, more optimistic, more confident. I love this for y'all, Aquarius. Y'all are such leaders, especially in this, as we are being ushered into the age of Aquarius. That's y'all's natural energy. It's already in you. It's already in your DNA. It's already in your blueprint. You already know how to tap into that Aquarian energy naturally. So naturally, y'all would be called forth to lead the way in a major way in this era. So at the bottom of the deck, you have angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. This is you making that choice to connect with an angel, a potent connection. And also, in order to make that connection, you tapping into your angelic energy yourself. So you're also being reminded that when those fears try to creep in, all of this shit, worries about money and mass destruction and all of the things that are like nightmares and illusions that keep you bound, know that you're protected. Just our 2020. Know that as you walk into this new cycle of your life, you're going to increase your capacity to connect with angelic frequencies. You're going to show up in this world as more of an angelic frequency, willing to be more reciprocal and show up for people. And as a result of attracting those who will show up for you, connecting with, especially in this lover's capacity, someone who vibrates on that same angelic frequency. And for many of you, you're going to both show up in this world like angels toward other people, helping other people, showing up for other people, helping other people see miracles in their lives by living out the mission that you're both called here to live out. I love this for y'all, and I'm going to clarify this reading with the Lantern Oracle. It's starting to sound more like a love reading than a shadow work reading, but there's still work to be done, because sometimes those negative thoughts are going to creep up and creep in. And this is just saying that you got to make sure you got tools in your toolbox, including the people who you hang around. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what methods to use, be it meditation or crystals or whatever, in order to navigate the rest of this journey as you show up more confident about who you are and shining your light. So the card that came out for you guys is number 24, emptied. The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. And you literally got a light. It looks like a pod of some kind near this woman's root and solar plexus, pointing to root and sacral chakra pointing toward her solar plexus, and she has a lantern that is sitting over to the side, and a butterfly, which represents transformation. So this is this process of being emptied that you guys have been in, that hermit mode energy of accepting that some things have to come to an end in order for new beginnings to occur. And with that sometimes comes grief, and it requires taking some time out in solitude to just rest, wrap your mind around what's going on, the shift that's taking place in your life, the paradigm shift that is taking place in your life, and coming to accept the transformation. But whatever it is, she looks at peace. She don't look like she in pain. So you're confident about what's to come. You're confident about the decision that you have or are going to make. At the top of the deck, you have trusting tricksters. The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw. For many of you, you are coming to understand, like we was talking about with that low-hanging fruit, that you've had some people in your life that are not authentic. And that the key to protecting your energy, to raising your vibration, to how to handle the situation is to withdraw. Understanding that you always have the choice to withdraw from the trickster energy when people are presenting themselves to be one way towards you when they really are another. When you are finding that people are manipulative, and as we say in the streets, with the shit. Knowing that you have a choice to withdraw from those situations, and that very much can be speaking to the ending that is taking place as you are being empty. You got a fox here. So be mindful of the slick shit going on in your life. The people who, you know what I'm saying, two-faced, act one way when they with you and a different way when they're around you. Tell you one thing, do another. Just not being their authentic selves. And then at the bottom of the deck, lantern. This lantern is so fucking pivotal in y'all's reading, y'all's light. I told you that light got bright as fuck on me when I started y'all's reading. Y'all's light is beginning to shine brighter and brighter, and you are becoming more conscious and aware of who you are, your purpose in this world, the journey you're needing to take, who you need to take that journey with, what can't go, where you need to fine tune some things in your life. And this woman here, she got on a blindfold but shining bright from the outside in, and she got not one but two lanterns. Your consciousness, the way your light is shining, there's a lot of light in these cards, y'all. You got 44 lantern, consciousness is light. You got solar light upgrade. You got Arcturian light codes. You got all this light emanating from this angelic frequency card. I'm going to read the message of emptied, because I feel like that's something y'all really need to hear as you are in the midst of that process. But I still want to read the message of of lantern too. Another thing that's coming out to me is with empty being represented by the number 24, which breaks down to a 6, which is also the number of the lovers, is number 6. This is definitely speaking to ending old relationships and beginning new ones, and being open to beginning new ones as a result of raising your vibration and your level of consciousness. But when you make this decision, when you walk in your light, when you surrender to shine in your light and the direction that the divine is leading you in, that's taking you to this here lantern card, which is represented by the number 44. So there's a 20. The number 20 is the difference between 24 and 44. 10s represent cycles, right? And timelines. Y'all about to make a major timeline shift. Like your life about to look totally different. Not by one cycle, but two. So you're literally shifting timelines by transmuting your energy and through these solar light upgrades. So you're not upgrading one level, but two. That's dope as fuck. And I'm talking this shit and I still ain't found the page, child. But I can see this for y'all, because like I said, Aquarius since I meant to lead the way. So that makes perfect sense why your growth would be catalyzed at an alarming fast speed. You probably wondering why the fuck it feel like the bottom that fell out of my life. I'm becoming more of myself and getting to know myself, getting to love myself, and got blessings on this one side, but everything falling to shit on the other side. It all serves a purpose. It's all working together to fast track you to where it is that you're meant to be. So it says emptiness can feel like the end of a no-through road. We do not see the feeling of despair for the chrysalis that it is. Upon emerging from a dark night of the soul is a gateway inviting us into a new way of being in the world. I told you, shining that light brighter, that lantern. It is not uncommon for life to confront us with situations that seem to extinguish our light for some time. However, it is rare for individuals to disclose the degree of despair experienced during this period. Don't y'all go through this shit by yourself. Do not do it. I know you probably feel like nobody could possibly understand what the fuck is going on with me right now. All this weird shit that I'm feeling and seeing and experiencing and learning. Like, trust me, you got tribe out here. You got soul family out here. So please don't feel like you have to go through this shit by yourself, because the dark night of the soul ain't no hope. I've been through several at this point. I feel like I'm coming out of one. So trust me, I get it, and it does help to have people that you can, if nothing else, have comfortable conversation with about what you're experiencing, but even more people who can make suggestions and prescriptions and provide remedies to help you navigate the journey. Now, what this also is saying, like I've been saying for a good minute now, a lot of y'all are on y'all way out. So hold on, hang in there, and do not feel like you gotta go through this shit by yourself, because for a lot of y'all, if you are experiencing it by yourself, that's the choice that you're making. It's not something that's being forced on you. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? So it says exhaustion and depleted resources from the end of a career choice, relationship, or phase can leave us believing that our efforts, aspirations, and opportunities to make something out of ourselves were in vain. Many of you have invested in relationships with people, family, careers, projects, and you're coming to find that they're not in alignment with where God is taking you. And so you feel like, damn, what the fuck did I put all my time and energy, love and emotion and communicating and all that shit into that situation for, just to end up here? You are on track. You are right on track if that's how you feel. But you have to make peace with letting those things go. So it says that our best was not enough to make our lives work in the way that we had hoped. Unwanted events can cause such inner upheaval that our will to continue trying weakens significantly. The power for any period of hopelessness or withdrawal to bring us to our edges is not to be underestimated. No one goes through life untouched. Regardless of what hand we are dealt of the path that we walk, life is capable of emptying every one of us of everything that we have to give and all that we believe we are. That ego death will drain you dry. Because for many of us, when we go through this ego death, we learn that we had made so many things outside of us, so many superficial things, so many unhealthy relationships, patterns, addictions. We had so many thoughts and ideas that were just not in alignment with who our higher self is. That ego death is the getting to know your higher self more, getting to know God more, the God in you more, becoming God bodied is what the ego death is. And it don't feel good. You be feeling like a whole failure, trust me. I dropped out of a doctoral program at the point where I'm $100,000 in student loan debt and a third of the way done with the program. Like, not a third, my math, I was over halfway done. I had written half of my dissertation only to come to realize I don't need nor want this shit. It has no value to me. The whole point of me doing this shit was egoic. And I quit. Y'all, you have got to be willing to give up some shit and in order for God to give you some more dynamic shit. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, I get it. It don't feel good, but it says, regardless of what hand we are dealt or the path that we walk, life is capable of emptying every one of us of everything that we have to give and all that we believe that we are. When this happens, to whatever degree, we are left feeling defeated, fragile, and blind as to what to do next. You're in the perfect place. This lady here, she got this blindfold on. She's still shining, trusting the divine to lead the way. Doing what it is that she's been led to do, trusting day by day, moment by moment, God got me. My next step, the Lord gonna send it to me. The resources I need, the Lord gonna send it to me. So it says, I be forgetting where I left off at, child. Oh, any degree of emptiness you experience is a blessing, like a wound, which is what's lit up here on this lady. It has the power to birth new life. While our circumstances may seem to be in ruins and empty, trust that a process of renewal and fulfillment is happening within all that we cannot see. Just as the seeds of spring are present and growing in unseen ways throughout winter, the emptiness is a door that eventually opens into a new perspective. The new perspective being moving from this circumspection to fuck it. Being scared, doing it anyway. Allowing your fear to be your fuel. There's an acronym for fear. What is it? Because I'm not remembering it. It is false evidence appearing real. That's all it is. So going from feeling like shit got to be perfect and aligned, everybody got to have their marching orders, and we're going to do this step by step, and that's how you going to master the journey to, I'm just going to trust God. This shit's scary as hell. But I'm about to just jump out here. You say you trust God, right? You say you love God, right? Oh, ye of little faith is what this says. It says, on the door to every ending is a handle that opens into a new beginning. What the fuck is a opens? On the door to every ending is a handle that opens into a new beginning. Trust that all that came before and reached its conclusion had a necessary place and value, regardless of whether we recognize it. We cannot anticipate, understand, or appreciate how or why things fit together and unfold the way that they do. Stop trying to make sense of this shit. Stop trying to make sense of this shit. The Lord works in mysterious ways. It was not meant to make sense to you. That's that man as a species logic that we be struggling with, trying to live with. Trust me. It's a lot of shit I didn't experience. I was like, what was the point? You know what I'm saying? But now I get it. Now that I have pushed forward, I've moved through the fear of a lot of shit, and I look back on it, I'm like, oh, that's why that happened. That's why I met so-and-so. That's how I ended up at this place and that place and doing this and doing that. That's why you led me to make that left turn instead of that right. Okay, then. I get it now. But you don't get to that point when you don't bust that move, right? So it says, our spirit self operates from a foreign perspective and logic that typically evades us. To surrender to the abrupt twists, turns, and losses that temporarily empty us along our life's path is often the only way to the genuine fulfillment of what it seems like life is forcing us to let go of. The mother assures that you are everything you need to grow forward. Trust that the universe is always meeting you halfway with the lessons required to advance you at your highest level. Your darkest moments are also your brightest blessings, if you allow them to be the radiant beginnings that they are here to open up in you. It is time to thoroughly let go of something that you are still clinging on to at your own detriment. Empty yourself of it in all ways. On some level, something has come to an irreversible end, and you need to accept it as such. Release the residue to allow the necessary clearing of space for the new to begin. Yo, just saying that hurt me. I'm feeling the angst, the pain, the emptiness that a lot of y'all are feeling, and that makes it hard to be like pushing hope and faith and all of that on you, feeling how, knowing that you're feeling like you're feeling. But we gotta choose to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're that light. All this light energy that came up, whatever you're going through, it's meant to push you into being that light, into showing up as that light. And God don't make no mistakes. So what that says is what you're experiencing was meant to intricately, every detail by detail, happen in the way that it did, because it was the only way that it was going to get you to where God has got you at right now and trying to take you to. So the guardian's message is surrender to your spirit self. Allow yourself to be emptied of all that is over, false, and untrue. Let the light that you are fill, refuel, expand beyond, and radiate the emptiness so that it may be seen for the gateway that it is. So this says that a lot of y'all have been holding on to real tight to some shit you need to let go of. And you're making this last ditch effort even though you know you gotta let it go. But it's reminding me of that picture of Jesus and that little girl. And white Jesus got that big ass bear behind his back. And the little girl standing there with her little bear. She holding on to it for dear life. But God trying to get her to relinquish that bear so he can give her the big ass bear that he holding behind his back. And little mama don't want to give it up, because she not trusting that God can give her better than what she has. I'm gonna have to post that picture. I gotta find it. I've referenced it a few times, so I know I got it somewhere. But yeah, y'all, I hope that you all find the strength to make the right decision. I am so happy to see that your confidence is increasing, that your solar plexus is healing and getting more aligned, that you're feeling more rooted and safe, to eventually make this decision that you're needing to make, and that your light will be shining bright, that you will be making these timeline shifts, and that you will eventually see why it all happened like it happened. You know what I'm saying? So I pray that for y'all. And if you are needing a personal reading, feel free to email me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. These are the type of readings. It's like sometimes I ain't gonna say I don't like doing reads, but I don't like having to deliver the news I know people don't want to hear. But I have to realize that ain't what I'm here for. I ain't here to stroke no egos. I ain't here to kiss no ass. I'm here to deliver the truth and be the light. And so sometimes the light shines on some ugly shit. Don't forget to like the video should something have been said that you like. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. Share if you think someone else will resonate with the message. Get down in the comment box below and let me know what's happening. And until next time, y'all, peace.